improving a whole lot on key economic problems. Okay, the next question then would be, does the middle class vote its interests? If, their interests are presumably to improve this not so great situation, well, are they voting their interests? Now, you'll have to kind of bear with me on the assumption here that certainly in the last election, before that, the Democratic approach in the elections represented something that was more consistent with the interests of the middle class than that of the Republicans. Bush's platform in both elections tended to focus around tax cuts. There's a mountain of evidence that these tax cuts have not actually improved the situation of the middle class. And as we pointed out, things haven't really improved much for the middle class in the last period of time. So let's assume, for the sake of argument, that Democrats really more represent the interests of the middle class than the Republicans. Well, how did people vote? In 2000, middle class voters were about split between the Republicans and the Democratic presidential candidates, maybe a couple of point edge for Bush. In the 2004 election, that gap widened so that the middle class voted for Bush by about 53 to 46%. And I define here the middle class, again, you could argue about this, but between $30,000 and $75,000 in household income, which represents about half of voters in the 2004 exit poll. So by 7 points, the middle class went for the candidate who arguably did not represent their interests, at least in an economic sense. Now, it's